Hello friends, welcome to Thermomixing Adventures. Lisa here. Today I'm going to make curried sausages for lunch. Now I have never made this recipe, so if you've made this recipe, I'd love you to put it in the chat and say, yep, done this one. Sorry about the blurry camera, but if you're not sure what that says, it says that it's a 4.2 star rating, which means a lot of people have really enjoyed it. So I know this is going to be absolutely amazing. I am changing up the recipe just a little bit because we don't do typically frozen peas and things like that. I don't know why, the kids don't eat them, so I never buy them. So I'm going to tweak it a little bit as we go on. This will be a two-part video though, so those of you watching on Facebook, you need to come back on YouTube tonight after 6 o'clock and see part 2, okay? Because you don't want me to spend 20 minutes live online with you guys cooking this recipe, right? And it is a really great recipe that is less than 45 minutes beginning to end, with only being in the kitchen less than half a dozen times. Like I said, like 3 steps, I think, or 4 steps. So really great if you are incredibly time poor and you're looking for something that's quite not labor intensive at all. Okay, so we're going to get started straight in this recipe. It does use our Vorwerk, and by the way, talking about Vorwerk and all-in-ones and quick dinners and things like that, those of you who are subscribers over at Thermomixing Adventures, you'll see it on my t-shirt, Thermomixing Adventures. I'm going to put out a newsletter in the coming days, and you know how I used to do downloadables for you guys? Well, they are coming back because I want to do a downloadable on easy, quick, all-in-one, chuck 'em in dinners, because life gets hectic, and when life gets hectic, sometimes looking at something like Cookidoo with 10,000 English recipes can become just too overwhelming. But if you've just got a page in front of you with 12 recipes on it to choose from, it all of a sudden becomes something where it's like, oh, I can make that. I've got chicken defrosted, or hey, I can do that. So I'm going to put that together for you guys. So if you're a subscriber, that'll come in your newsletter when I get to it over the next few days. Okay, so I was thinking about it last night. I'm like, right, it's time to do that again. So, and it's been probably a month and a half since I've done a newsletter. Life has been crazy, and that's okay. So let's get started. And if you are new here, welcome. Okay, so I'll turn up Monday to Friday to come live generally on Facebook, and you'll find replays over on YouTube of the parts that don't fit on Facebook as a live. You'll also find videos on YouTube Saturday and Sunday evening. So if you like to just chill out in front of the TV, I know many of you watch this on TV these days, you'll find 6 o'clock most nights there is a video from me cooking with the TM7, but there are over, I think, 700 there with the TM6 model. Okay, but the thing is, you can do these recipes, and I tell you how, I teach you how to do these regardless of what model Thermomix you've got. Okay, so even though I'm doing it on TM7, you will always hear me talk about how you can do this on what you've got. My whole goal is that you will get the very most out of your Thermomix investment, all right? No matter where you live in the world, no matter what you're cooking on or with. So I always do love to hear from you there, so don't please ever be a stranger. Reach out. If you've got a question, you want to know about a recipe or a swap or a substitution, because you guys know that that's what I do. I'd rather swap and substitute something rather than dash to the shop for one ingredient and come home with probably 20. So that's what I'm on about, is kind of empowering you. And if you're interested in getting a Thermomix because you're watching on and you're going, what is a Thermomix? Reach out, go to my website. Ask me questions. If you live in Australia, I can help you anywhere in Australia. Overseas, I'm sorry I can't, but do reach out. I'm happy to try and find someone for you as well. Okay, and I'd be absolutely honored to help you get a Thermomix on the bench and totally change how life is in your kitchen. You know, it might be making it easier for you. It might be giving you more freedom in your food. It might be saving money on the budget. So many different things. It's like a washing machine is what I call it. You know, I could hand wash my clothes and my 4 children and 1 husband's clothes, or I can put it in a washing machine. So I could hand make dinner, or I can put it in a Thermomix. Yeah. So, you know, and we all have to eat. That's the reality of life these days. So let's get started. We're going to start. I love Cookidoo. Cookidoo, if you are brand new here, is a recipe library. There are thousands of recipes in English, and there's multitudes of other languages on there. I do apologize that my screen is really fuzzy. I'm not sure what's happening with this camera. I'm going to have a play. But the Cookidoo on a TM5, 6 and 7, most of those recipes on a TM5, but on the 6 and 7, the recipes can get loaded onto the screen, so it tells you step by step what to do. Now, I will tell you today what it says because you obviously can't read it because my camera's not playing friendly. So it says, place 1,000 grams of water into the bowl. So the scales come up. The machine is a set of scales. I can simply take this off, come up to my tap, or I could use my kettle. I often just grab my kettle. And I want 1 litre of water into the bowl. Now, 1 litre seems like it's up to there. So there's little dots up the back of the bowl that I can follow. You can see the movement of the water is moving the scales. That is okay. If you live in a boat, and I do have some of you, hello ladies and gentlemen who live in a boat, you would often know that on your boat, the movement, you just got to work with it. You can still see that water's moving. Look at it fluctuating because we weigh in 1 gram increments, which is the weight of a tissue. Okay, so we don't stress about 1 grams here and there. Look at it, still moving, that little bit of wave. Oh, there we go. Oh, and 1,000, I got it spot on today. That doesn't happen very often. That's cool. Okay, next, you can hear that on a TM7, it drives back and then it goes tick, you've done it. I love it, but if you don't like it, you can turn it off, which is cool as well. Place the Vorwerk dish. I know you can't read that. It's not your eyes, guys, it's my camera, okay? Place the Vorwerk dish into position and weigh into the Vorwerk 1 kilogram of sausages. Hopefully by the time I get part 2 up tonight on YouTube, well, I'll be cooking it in 20 minutes time, part 2. But for those of you on Facebook, you have to check on YouTube. Hopefully I'll have that camera sorted because it feels like what I look like when I don't have glasses on. That's the fuzz that I see in normal life. So weigh into the Vorwerk. This is your Vorwerk. A Vorwerk comes with a Thermomix, regardless of what model. It's had a Vorwerk for more models than I'm aware of. So this is a steaming part. It goes on top. And we've got sausages in them, just beef sausages. You could use whatever sausages you preference for this recipe. So that just sits on top. We go next. Now pierce each sausage with a fork. Yeah, didn't bring a fork over, not gonna worry. Spread the sausages between the Vorwerk dish and tray. So this is the dish, this is the tray. I'm not going to bother with the tray because I don't feel like washing it up afterwards. I will just make sure I come back in about 15 minutes and just kind of give them a little movement so that anything sitting next to each other can kind of get a new spot and get cooked. Go next. Place the Vorwerk into position. Secure the Vorwerk lid. Next. And we're going to cook 20 minutes. Vorwerk temperature, speed 2. And we press play on this. So if you don't have Cookidoo, or you don't have, say you've got a 31 or a 5 and you can't get it to your machine, you can be doing these steps and I will tell you what they are step by step. So that's it for me because I'm going to do the rest of this on YouTube later. If I can help you with your Thermomix, reach out if you've got questions. I hope you're having a great start to your week so far. But otherwise, can't wait to finish curried sausages. I can't believe I've never made this. And of course, if you aren't subscribing, subscribe to TMXing Adventures, jump on my mailing list because I will get that download out in the coming days. I'm excited to reach out and just touch base with everybody. It has been a little while because I just haven't had the time to do it and I'm excited to do so. But otherwise, guys, have a fantastic day. Take care in all you do and I will see you in the next video soon. Bye for now. Okay, welcome back. We've steamed our sausages. They are looking nice and cooked, which is awesome. I did just give them a little stir through with about 3 minutes to go. Let's keep going on our recipe now. So we're up to 6 of 26. I love that. Remove the Vorwerk, allow the sausages to cool, discard the water. I have done that. All right, place 2 garlic cloves into the mixing bowl. By the way, I fixed the camera. Yay! Took me most of the 20 minutes, but we got there. Did help when I turned on the additional light as well, but that wasn't the problem. I had opened the image up, like zoomed it in too far, but it's fixed. Thank goodness. Okay, onion cut into quarters. This is a mighty big onion, so I'm just using what I've got. Now, I forgot to get butter out, but I might see if the oil is within reach. Here it is. Let me grab the oil. 20 grams of oil instead. Very much interchangeable in most things in its liquid form. So the butter's obviously going to melt and saute the beautiful onion and garlic. So it's okay in this case. All right, let's chop. 3 seconds, speed 5. Press the play button. the chop on onion and garlic. Scrape down the spatula and then it's going to saute. So look at that. Oh my goodness. How good is that? Who remembers before a Thermomix? Before it would chop for you. You know, when you had to stand there with a knife, chopping board. How good is having a Thermomix? All right, it's going to cook 3 minutes, 120 degrees, and it's on slow stir, and off it goes. So I'll pop back shortly and we'll go through the next couple of things together. I do have some swaps coming up because I'm not going to the shops till after a little bit later today, and it's been 3 weeks, so the kitchen is a bit bare. So I will see you in 3 minutes time and we'll continue this recipe together. We'll see you then. Okay, 3 minute cook is done. Let's go next. Now it wants us to add, I've got an apple cut into pieces. I actually had a perfect apple, the type that the children won't eat because it had one bad spot in it. So I've just diced that up. Okay, in it goes. Now I could have actually chopped it in there, I reckon. So if you don't want to get hands on and actually chop it up like this, I think you can just chuck it in, speed 5, 2 seconds, and it'll be roughly chopped with just the chunks of sides of the apples in. Next up, we got 1 to 2 tablespoons of curry powder. This is something I just always have. Does anyone else just always have that? Ooh, dropping the lid. So depending on how much curry, you know, your family enjoys this style of thing. Oh, it smells amazing. Brings back childhood memories for some reason. Okay, another 3 minute, 120 degrees, reverse slow stir. And then in a moment, we've got coming up some corn flour, some stock, some tomato sauce, and some water. And then we need to cut our sausages up. So while this is all happening, I'm going to clean up a bit, and I'm actually going to cut up my sausages ready for that time. So I'll see you back in less than 3 minutes for the next step. We'll see you then. If only you could smell how wonderful this space smells now. My goodness. All right, let's continue on. We have 2 tablespoons of corn flour. So this is our thickener. And this goes. Make sure you don't drop it on top of the blades because you want it to kind of thicken your food. Oh my goodness. No wonder it smells so beautiful. It's just good. All right, next up, beef stock. Okay, I do not have veggie stock at the moment, and this would be what I would normally put into this, right? You guys know I don't make beef. I don't bother making chicken. I just, you know, budget as much as I can. So veggie stock for everything. What I do have is meat juice. Now, sorry, it's in a peanut butter container jar. But I have meat juice from a slow cooked lamb I did over the weekend. And I've taken the fat off the top so I can save that for cooking. But the next step says 500 grams of water. And then I've got this 2 tablespoons of beef stock paste. So instead of beef stock paste, I've got this beautiful like bone brothy kind of thing. So I'm going to use that. So I do need the scales. So I'm just going to go tick. I'll come back to that. Let me put the 2 tablespoons of there. Now it says tomato sauce. I'm putting tomato paste because I don't even have tinned tomatoes at the moment. It does mean I need to be mindful of saltiness. Tomato paste by nature gets salty as you cook it down. Not normally because it's added salt. Let me just check. No, oh, there is a little bit of salt, but not much. It's that concentratedness. So as it cooks down, it gets salty. So that means later on when it says add salt, we probably won't add that. We can put on the table if we need to, but not on the dish, because I think that being that was tomato sauce, we make tomato sauce if we need it, but we don't actually keep that on hand. So yes, I'm not going to do that. So next up, 500 grams of water, which is my beautiful meat jelly stuff. And I might top it up with water. 50 grams of water if necessary. But I love being able to put the whole of things to good use. So I love that put that meat juice to use, incidentally. When I kind of opened the fridge and went, I don't have veggie stock. I need to do a batch. It's on the to-dos. It's a fly. It's on the to-dos this week. Just hasn't made it to the top yet of the list. Okay, cook 5 minutes. And while it is cooking, follow the next step. So next, cut the sausages into quarters. So I have just done that in the last cook time, so they are ready to go. And then we're going to do some more cook time. So I'll see you in 5 minutes and we'll finish this recipe together. If you've not tried it, I hope this is giving you the encouragement and the confidence to give it a go. What have we done? 3 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, probably another 5 minute at the end, plus a 20-minute steam. Like, it's amazing. So give it a go. But otherwise, I'll see you back in 5 minutes time to finish this with you. We'll see you then. Okay, so let's go next. So we need to add our steamed sausages. Oh my goodness, the smells in here. The curry, the apples. Oh, it's so good. All right, in this all goes. Okay. Next, we've got frozen peas. So we're skipping that out. It's not something we generally eat. Go back to my recipe. But sultanas, I have a little bit of, I don't know, raisins maybe. Oh, what did I just do? Started negative, that's all right. Another container of something that resembles little dried somethings. And another container of something else. Could be anything today. I don't know what I started on weight-wise, so I'm just going to put in about that. Okay, then it says salt, and as I said, I'm going to leave the salt part out because I'm just not sure. And then pepper. Okay, next, stir with a spatula then. Oh my goodness, yum. This just looks absolutely beautiful and it smells so good. There's some apple there you can see. Yum. Next, cook 3 minutes, 100 degrees, speed 1 reverse. And I'll come back to you at the end because I think this is it. This is our last step. So I'll come back after 3 minutes to show you what it looks like. If you've not tried it, can't wait to hear what you think when you give it a go. But I will see you in a couple of minutes' time. Hello friends, so the moment of truth, it is done. Let's have a look. Stir once again with a spatula then. Oh no, it says to cook again. Surely not. I'm ready for lunch. Oh my goodness. It smells amazing though. And I've got my rice ready. I've got my bowl ready. How long is it going to cook for? 3 minutes. Nah, ain't got time for that. We're going to serve it up. So serve with mash or rice. So I've got my rice ready to go. Let's have a look at what this looks like. I don't think it needs that extra 3 minutes. Sausages were cooked. Everything else very much thick and beautiful. So I am all good with just skipping that last cook. Oh my goodness. Yum. Give this a go. Tell me what you think. I hope this inspires you to try something you haven't tried before, a bit like us today. But otherwise, if you've got questions, reach out. I'd love to hear from you. But I'll see you in the next video soon. Bye for now.